Hey there, let's get started talking about gender roles and how they affect the family unit. Now, you may not have thought about how gender roles affect the family unit. However, when you get done with this section, you most definitely will. I know for me in my household, as the working mother, I am well aware of gender role expectations. And in sociology, we say that gender is a social construct, meaning our society has put specific symbols and meanings onto male and female roles. So think about this. In a household with a male and a female, there are certain chores and responsibilities that most of society will lay onto each gender. That's why sometimes it makes people stop and think, when they see a mother who works outside of the home and a father who stays in. However, in a family where there is not a traditional structure, you may see that gender roles goes right out the window. So just take some time, engage in the information this week, and do some reflection on gender roles and how society has constructed them within the family unit. You're going to get started by reading the chapter 3 in your textbook, and then you will have 3 activities to complete. So your gender theories journal, your lecture notes, and your writing activity. For the journal assignment this week, you are going to watch the Crash Course Sociology video. You know about Crash Course by now. So you will watch that video and then you will answer the 2 questions that you see on the screen. As a reminder, you are to highlight what is between the dotted lines, copy that, click the Start or Edit My Journal entry, and then you are to paste what you copied into the entry box. Your response to the journal questions need to be changed to a different color font, and you do that by highlighting the text, clicking on the paintbrush tool, and selecting a different color. So I've just showed you how to do that on the screen. When you're done with all of that, you would hit the Save Changes box, which would take you back to the Moodle page, and it would also submit the assignment. For the next item, the Gender Roles Lecture Notes, we are going to do a little more research here. So we're going to review a lecture, and then we are going to complete the lecture notes. And remember, all lecture notes, all writing assignments are going to force you to make a copy. So you'll click on that box, make a copy, and then here we go is your lecture notes. You're going to make sure that you copy and paste or insert a photo of yourself into the upper left-hand corner of your notes. Just makes it a little more personal. I see your face while I'm grading your work. It's just nice to feel a little more connected when I am grading with you guys. You'll complete those gender role notes and then submit them. And then lastly, you will complete the writing activity. Now, I really hope that you love the writing activity this week. I am asking you to do a few different things in the writing activity. The first one will be to take a inventory of sorts from your textbook and then respond there. Explain how you feel about that. And then I'm going to ask you for some reflections and then get started on a Google search that is going to locate advertising images this week. So this was actually something that I had a sociology professor require of me when I was in graduate school, and I just loved the activity. It was so eye-opening, and it was interesting to see the different images that are floating around out there. So it's totally fine for you to use Google. You're going to look for an advertising image that displays traditional gender roles of men and women, and then one that displays non-traditional roles of men and women. And you're going to describe that image. Please just make sure when you are inputting images or clip arts into these assignments that you do scale them down. The smaller you can scale them, like a wallet size photo, probably the better. Sometimes Moodle doesn't like too many large images, so that's why I ask you to scale things down so it will fit, and then Moodle will accept it. So think about a wallet size photo and try to stick within that. All right, that would be the end of this week's gender role activities. I hope that when you get to the end, this will sort of be eye-opening and you can have conversations about gender and their family. I know my husband is always like, oh, geez, when I get started on gender roles in the semester, it always sort of brings about that conversation at home, and he always sort of bats his eyes and says, okay, what other responsibilities are you going to put on me this week because you're thinking about those non-traditional gender roles? So I hope that you will find this session intriguing. If you need anything or you have any questions, I'm always just an email away.